The quiet power no one teaches you. You've been told to feel more, to express more, to wear your heart on your sleeve, to let people in, to lead with vulnerability. But what if I told you? Emotion, when misused, is your greatest liability. And in a world run by impulse, the one who stays detached wins. Because power isn't loud, it's not reactive, it's not emotional. Real power is restraint, and no one understood this better than Machiavelli. The trap of emotional reactivity. We live in a world that glorifies emotional expression. Post your pain, speak your truth, tell everyone how you feel all the time. You're expected to justify your sadness, defend your anger, explain your boundaries, react immediately. But that isn't strength, it's emotional slavery. Because if everyone has access to your triggers, then everyone has access to you. Machiavelli warned, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." Why? Because fear respects boundaries. Love, when not without control, invites manipulation. How emotion is used against you. In the wrong hands, your emotions are tools, not yours. Someone insults you subtly, you lash out, they win. Someone withdraws, you beg for closure, they win. Someone disrespects you, you over-explain, they win. Why? Because the second they can predict your emotional response, you are no longer strategic. You are controllable. Machiavelli never praised transparency, he praised unpredictability. And nothing makes you more predictable than uncontained emotion. What detachment really means. Detachment is not avoidance, it's internal leadership. It means feeling insulted but not responding, being provoked but not reacting, being abandoned but not chasing. You're not suppressing emotion, you're holding it, letting it pass through without needing to act on it. Machiavelli wrote, "A wise man ought never to be idle in times of peace." He wasn't talking about war. He meant, prepare your inner world so no one else can use it against you. The power of contained emotion. Here's what happens when you master emotional detachment. You stop defending yourself. You stop explaining your no. You stop reacting to bait. You stop needing closure to move on. You stop asking others to validate your decisions. This isn't arrogance, it's emotional sovereignty. It's the calm of someone who can feel everything and still choose nothing. Why emotion destroys strategy. Emotion collapses timing. It clouds logic. It narrows perception. It makes you obvious. You may be intelligent, but if your emotions are hijackable, your strategy is worthless. Machiavelli wrote, "The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar." Meaning, you must control how you're perceived, and you can't do that if your inner world leaks all over the room. The second you explode, you lose control. And once control is lost, power follows. Detachment is not coldness, it's discipline. They'll call you distant. They'll say you've changed, that you don't care, but they're wrong. You care, just not carelessly. You feel, just not publicly. You move, just not emotionally. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. Power requires that you respond to reality, not emotion. To be adaptable, not loyal to your feelings, but loyal to your frame. Why most people can't do this? Most people aren't addicted to love. They're addicted to emotional response. They feel invisible unless they react. They feel seen only when they're understood. They feel safe only when others validate them. Detachment breaks this cycle. You no longer speak to be seen. You no longer react to be heard. You no longer perform your pain for approval. You sit, you observe, you choose. What detachment looks like in real life. It's walking away without closure. It's smiling in silence when disrespected. It's letting them believe what they want and doing nothing. It's enforcing a boundary without announcing it. It's ignoring the insult that was meant to bait you, not because it didn't hurt, but because you refuse to give it power. You don't retreat from emotion. You stand in it. Like a storm you already know won't move you. 4 practices that build detachment. 1. Delay your response. The slower your reply, the clearer your intention. 2. Let them misinterpret you. The moment you stop defending your reputation, you begin reclaiming your peace. 3. Use silence as strategy. Every time you say nothing, you remind them they don't have access to you. 4. Sit with discomfort. Don't rush to fix the feeling. Mastery is found in the stillness. How power feels on the inside. It doesn't feel like control. It feels like stillness. Like being the only calm one in a room full of noise. Like watching someone try to provoke you and feeling nothing. Like choosing not to prove your worth because it doesn't need proof. Like leaving the room and leaving no explanation. You stop negotiating. You stop convincing. You stop apologizing for not being emotional enough, because now your clarity is louder than your reactivity. The final Machiavellian truth. Machiavelli didn't write for the idealist. He wrote for the one who understood. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. You don't need to be emotionally transparent to be powerful. You need to be emotionally untouchable. That doesn't mean you don't feel. It means your feelings no longer own you. Because in a world obsessed with attention, the one who controls their energy controls the game. Call to action, subtle, grounded. If this spoke to you and you already know what part of you it was written for, not the reactive self, not the wounded child, but the still strategic version, who's been waiting for permission to stay composed. You don't need to chase control, you just need to stop giving it away. Because the one who learns to withhold emotion quietly becomes the most dangerous person in the room.